Alright my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of Urbek City Builder. We are, believe it or not, still building Rolo Isles. We had breaks, haven't we, over the last month or so, but we're back with a second episode this week. If you've missed the first one, go check it out above, my friends. Now, today again is going to be another one of those episodes where we're trying to balance stuff, basically. We're having a bit of a hard time of it. I'm going to be really honest with you, with a lot of things. The big thing is food. We're having such a problem with food. I think we're going to try and balance that out a little bit more today. I think the biggest issue where food is concerned is that a lot of the stuff that produces a lot of food is quite just taxing, basically. Like, if we think about the food plant, you get 2,000 food from it, but you look at the consumption, it's quite high. And to do it, you need 3 farm sheds. And if I show you farm sheds, their consumption's quite high. So you're looking at 300 power there. Plus that's 600 power you would need just to kind of produce that amount of food. Yes, it's you're going to be producing like 4,100s worth of food, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's just so much consumption of other items. And, you know, we look at the Food Research Centre. Again, it's 2,000 consumption on the highly skilled, 40 on the research, 80 power. It's a lot, you know, so that's the issue we've kind of got with food at the moment. Power's another thing that's really hard to kind of get on top of. During last episode and this one was looking at biomass dryer. Now, a stockpile produces 800 power, right? And so I don't actually think the consumption's too bad on this. And I think it might be something that's worth looking at. Because one biomass dryer would then allow us to have 2 biomass stockpiles, which is 1,600 energy, and it just stops us having to use more coal power plants, because I believe this is lower pollution. 2 pollution for that, whereas a coal plant is 10 pollution. So there you go, it's lower, it's slightly lower on the pollution. The only issue with the biomass dryer is it needs to be near sawmills, which we don't have a lot of. We've got one here. I am considering putting one down here. I'm actually considering kind of getting a bit of energy going on down here, because we kind of got the space. Like, this is sort of a semi-industrial area with some kind of poor districts in and near it and whatnot. I do think this might be a good idea, basically, to kind of get this put in and get some power production going. It takes a bit of our science, but, you know, that's another thing that is just really hard to kind of build on. But I am going to do it. I know we've got 2,335, but trust me, that power will disappear. So I'm actually going to get this put in. So 1 or more heavy coal plant. So for the biomass, you need a coal plant nearby. I didn't realise that. So maybe I'm not going to do that. A heavy coal plant? Is that? No, that's iron. A heavy coal plant? Coal plant. Oh, right. So you'd need a coal plant to get this put in. Okay, I missed that. I missed that bit in the small print. 1 or more heavy coal plant. Right, so they would have to be over near coal plants, basically. So we'd have to have a coal plant down here. So actually, you wouldn't reduce your pollution then, if that's the case. That doesn't make sense why you'd need a heavy coal plant on top of that. Okay, well, we won't do that then. That might be something we'll look at in the future. All our coal plants are kind of on this island, and there's nothing on that island to need a sawmill for. Although we could take these off this island and put it over here, maybe do that. If it meant we could reduce the amount of coal plants we've got, then that might be helpful, you know. But we could potentially put a ferry over to that point. Like, if I was to put a ferry point there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we could go from there to there, and that would be fine. How much would that advanced ferry set us back? Actually, not a lot. Now, that consumption there of 20, that is good that we have a lot of. skilled work, nearly 6,000 skilled work. We've got such an abundance of it that, yeah, that isn't going to hurt us at all. Okay, it's not going to let me put that there. Of course it's not, but it will let me put it there, and it should be fine. So let's put that in there. So we're kind of bridging that gap. And then we can get a sawmill over here. I think that might be wise to do anyway. You know, wood production is one of the more difficult. So a sawmill needs 2 logistics and some residents. So we will have to put some housing over here. Okay, that's not really too much of a problem. We can do that, can't we? So let's just put a little sort of T-junction there. We can kind of fill the front in if we want with some industry, the logistics, when I learn to speak again. So, logistics, let's, yeah, I was going to say we should be able to get these in because we've got a seaport. That seaport should definitely be within radius. Oh, it's not. Okay, well, this is going to get quite expensive, isn't it? We'll bang the seaport in there then. And then, yeah, we'll get them in, and then hopefully we can get the, what's the name there? So let's just put all of that in. So they're not too heavy. Now, iron is something I do need to jump on soon. I really need to try and understand how these iron modules and stuff work. I think that's a big thing I need to do next. And then we needed some residents, don't we? What I'm potentially thinking of doing is sticking a social building over here. Because I think that would maybe do it more. But then it just doesn't look great, does it? So how about we do that for now? We'll let that grow in and we'll come back. So iron is the big thing. Because we're quite low on iron. This is iron here. And there are other things that you can do for iron. So today's episode, really, gang, there's probably not going to be any mass expansion to population. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Today is about balancing stuff out, you know, things that have got low numbers. We're going to try and get them a bit higher. Food is the big thing. We really need to get food up. I think normal work we need to get up. It's only at 1,500. I think that's pretty low. We definitely need to concentrate on iron. We probably need to concentrate on steel as well, because with the addition to tube stations and bus stops, that's using the steel. And then if we've got time, we'll think about trying to work on that science. But I very much doubt we will. Right, that can go there. So 6 or more logistics, 1 iron industry, no open pit ore mine in a 5 radius, no iron logistics. So that could actually go there, opposite. Right, so that initial cost is like 5,000. That's fine. We'd get that back. 1,400. Now it's going to use 300 of our work, 75 of the skilled work, and then 20 of the highly skilled, and it's going to take up 120 power. This is what I was saying. This is why we do need to work on some more power, because a lot of this more advanced stuff does use a lot of power. It really does. I'm really strongly considering putting that in there. Production 75. A iron logistics production is 60. A open iron mine. We don't have enough logistics. Basically, we just need a little bit more. But that produces 100. 400 power though. And then the open... excuse me, that's a coal mine. Okay, so they're the iron ones. Well, I think that one's probably going to be the one that we go for. We can put it there as well, which is nice. So yeah, let's put that in. And yeah, you can't have... I think it's a bit sad you can't have more than one next to each other, because I think it would make sense and look pretty good. But anyway, it is what it is. Right, okay, so that has taken... That should have taken that down quite a lot. 300 consumption, but it hasn't. So obviously, excuse me, something's balanced out. Bit of a frog in the throat, but there we go, up to 110. So that's good. So something I am going to do, I'm continually adding factories, gang, and the reason for this is They really help with the factories really help with the limitations of this, basically 5,900. It's quite hard to get that number when you get to a point and you've got to add factories. And as you've just seen, we've just added another Faculty of Engineering, I think, just unlocked, didn't it? Was that right? Am I right in mathematics? So the only one we've got left is philosophy. So we need self-managed bookshops even, and libraries. The more of those, and we get that. And then sport. Sport's a really hard one to unlock because 100 sport in the city is so hard to achieve. Because you need 100 sport to unlock the football stadium, which I would love to do. But you get like 3 sport from that. You only get 5 sport from that. You only get 1 from that. It's really difficult. Really difficult. But I think, it's something we'll look at, in the future. So yeah, we put those factories in there. That'll help a little bit. I think 2 more factories, and we would get to. Is that right? Let me just double check that. So factories. Oh no, yeah. 1 more factory, and then we would be at 6,000, which I think is the highest we need to be at. To be honest with you, gang. But I'm not going to put it in just yet because it does use stuff up. So. Right, so power is actually at a nice level. It is at a nice level, but what I'm thinking of doing basically is moving one of these heavy power stations over here and then deleting one of them out. Basically, that's essentially what I'm thinking of doing. That floral park, yeah, it does take up some stuff, but I kind of want to put it in there because I want to keep this on a even kill. Now the reason I do want to get some iron stuff up here as well is because I obviously want these properties to change into these properties because I think it will just look a bit better. So we do want that. Now that's all grown out. So sawmill, 20 power. Okay. So what are we missing? Residents. So we need more residents, do we? Okay, well, I will have to then build them probably there like that. And then I might even just stick some on the end because we don't need we don't really need this road really to go anywhere. This is just going to be a logging camp, so to speak, with some power stations at the back end of it potentially. But yeah, that's all we're building there. So yeah, once they fill in those residents, then yeah, we'll be good to stick that in, and that will be a brand new thing up here. So yeah, we'll just wait for that to grow in then. Okay, so that's that. Look at the aeroplane. And that's the first time I've noticed an aeroplane going over. That's actually pretty cool. That's the first time I've noticed that. Okie dokie doo da. So yeah, we are really kind of just concentrating on this. Now, this is so hard. The science is really difficult. But once you get to this point, gang, it really does, in my opinion. I think this is when this game comes alive, because it gets really difficult to balance things. I'm going to take that road and put that there, and we're going to delete these trees out. So let's do that. Now, I'm going to put some normal farming just in there to bridge the gap, right? And then this is the airport. And I'm thinking about putting like a little industrial hub kind of in here. And then we'll probably put some like buildings through the middle. But I'm probably going to take the farming kind of up to there. And then we'll kind of bridge the gap with some more kind of buildings and whatnot. I think that's wise to do. The airport is just not really being touched at the minute. What I am going to do is put housing in here. And I want it to be lower, like a bit more like lower density, basically, this housing. I'm also going to probably add a statue and like another bookshop or something here, and then fill this in with housing, because I kind of want all this housing here to turn into like basically be a continuation of the art district. essentially, because that's kind of where it's at. For it to be one, it needs a sculpture. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that there. But if I was to take a look, so we can get the museum now. That's pretty cool. What does that give us? 12 culture and 6 leisure. Wow, that's really good. Really good. That might be a really cool thing to stick in somewhere soon. The sculpture. Alright, so let's see if we can change it up a bit. Is that it? Is that all it gives me? Is those two? Yeah, so I basically need culture nearby. Now, what was the only one we haven't unlocked is that. So self-managed bookshops and libraries. Okay. So either or, really. Self-managed is, it actually consumes less normal to culture. And how many does this need? It needs 4 or more culture in a 5 radius. Well, that's a pain in the backside, isn't it? Because that doesn't give us that much. That is annoying. But I need to get them in. All right. Well, look, we'll put that there, and then we'll put maybe a normal bookshop next door like that. They actually match up. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Right, so they're in, and then yeah, we just need to put the sculpture in, basically, don't we? 4 or more green areas as well. Oh Jesus, I didn't realise this. I didn't realise. Ah, yeah, you know why? Because all of that just automatically had all this, didn't it? So what is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just whether or not it's going to be in the bloody radius of it if I move it around too much. So 4 or more green areas. So if I was to just put a couple of bits there like that, and then we get that sculpture and we put that in, nice, and then we can put some housing that side basically, and I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, they should turn into art neighbourhoods, artisan, or they might even go to modern houses. Oh god, 2-story bookshop and it rotated. Why would it rotate? That's so dumb. I don't know why it would rotate like that, but anyway, it is what it is. And yeah, let's just hope they kind of turn into artistic houses, which they look like they are. Which is nice. Anyway, where are we at? So, the reason I was doing this is because I'm going to put some normal housing in here. And I don't want this housing to go any more than probably like a posh suburb. Or a low down. What was I going to say? A low sort of downtown property is kind of where I'm at with it. There we go. And I could put a park through the middle, which is nice. We've kind of got that walkway there. That park will finish there then. And we can put a different like park in here. For a bit of leisure. So sport is a big thing that we really need to be working on. So you can get this to a fenced, can't you? So what do you have to do? Have 1 or more police stations in an 8 radius. What does a police station cost me? 50, costs 10 power, 10.50. Do you know what? I kind of feel like a police station down here makes sense. You know? I really do feel like a police station down here makes sense. I'm going to put one in there. Right, so that will go up. And it will give me 7 sport. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm considering putting another one the other side with some more of these housing this side. That's what I'm really considering. Because I want this to be... I want this to look like a bit more of a kind of poor neighbourhood. And then we bridge in the gap here, like I said in the last episode, we're bridging the gap with art. They might go to one. Yeah, so we're kind of bridging that gap with the art there. And there are a few kind of like, you know, slightly posher houses. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So I might do that. I might just do that because we're kind of at a point here, gang, where it is proving very difficult to kind of get these all balanced out, basically. So let's do that, right? Obviously I've got to keep an eye on the food because I am actually putting in housing, and I said I wasn't going to do that, didn't I? 1, 2. So let's take that road to there. Right, now we're not chopping down any of these trees. That's why I'm really trying to be careful. Not chopping any of them down. I'm going to put in housing there, and then we've got a tiny little gap back there, and I'm going to put a factory in it. But yeah, there are going to be some pretty poor housing, and then we kind of got all these little bits here to fill in. Yeah, that factory should build. Yeah, 3 away from a road, so yeah, it'll be fine. And then we got another ore mine here that we can deal with. The thing is, as much as I was worried about ore, we've got that one there. We have actually got another one over here, so it's really not too much of a problem. Right, that's looking pretty good. Where does this... That can go to a wealthy suburb. Can it go to a downtown? No, because there's no tools in the area. Do I want to provide tools? Because this is the issue here. Do I want these to go any higher than a wealthy burb? Right, something we do need to do is... sort of bus stops. Bus stop G. Let's get that in, because that's all I really don't need is car parks spawning down here. You know what I think's a little sad is I would really like to see more cars on the road. You know, the population's 65,000 for crying out loud. And I don't know, maybe that just means that our network of what's name is pretty good. But yeah, it would have been cool to see a bit more kind of like on the road. Pedestrian walkway. Right, we don't have enough retail. Okay, so that's interesting that you can only use that. I might put another one there, because I kind of like that. This is a little different, this section. So yeah, power's pretty much... Right, food. That is kind of where we're at now. We do need to concentrate on food. Now, orchards. These are what I've been doing because I feel like you're using up the skilled work, right? And you do get more, right? The thing I think we've got with the orchards is that we might find we're going to get to a point where we are going to have to delete some of the existing farms and replace them with orchards, because they are just more frugal, basically. You get more. You get almost double what you get from a normal farm. So yeah, we're probably definitely going to have to do that. But let's get that put in. Now, I know up this end I probably need to put some more farmhouses. So let's get those put in. And there we go. And then we should be able to fill what's left up here out with our orchards. So we will do that. And then, yeah, we'll just get that last bit filled in. And then we'll be able to probably put another one of those in. The fruit processor. It's 100 power. And if I was to take it to there, once they all grow out, there should be enough to get that in. So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem once all those trees grow out. But as you can see, look, it really do get a spike from that. Oh, we got that one there. I kind of already mentioned that. Here's my issue, though. I really wish these roads would upgrade. You know? Just because it's a farm doesn't mean it can't be a nice road. Oh, a green area. Basically, it's needed near it. Yeah. But it wouldn't upgrade the whole road. It just upgrades where that little bit of green area is. We could probably put farms down here if we want. Kind of there. We could put industry in there. Industry in there. We'll probably end up putting more like logistics and factories down there. We've got coal over here. So that's what I did want to concentrate, wasn't it? Over in this area was coal. But coal is something we just don't need a lot of. We really, really don't. Right, food is really a nice place. It really, really is. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's just go back over here because I do want to kind of complete what I was doing over in this area. So let's do that, gang. So we need to get our sawmill in, which we can do now, which is good. So let's get the sawmill in. And then we can work on the other stuff. So a coal plant. The road would need to be back there, but I kind of want to put the coal plant like so it's not in the woods and not affecting it, you know. Does mean we're going to take a road through this bloody wooded area, but yeah, let's take it to there. And we'll put the coal plant back here. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, should it? Of course, it's not close enough to the residents now. Ha. Right, well, we will then put it there. That should be close enough. God, imagine being in those little shacks. That would not be a nice place to spend your time, would it? Yeah, it needs a few more residents basically. So I guess because we've put this road in, we just kind of put them over this side. Is this going to be the most efficient? Is this going to be the most efficient area? Probably not. But yeah, heavy coal plant, once they spawn in, yeah, it should be alright actually. So then we could put the biomass stuff there. So if I was to go to the biomass dryer, that could go in there, not a problem. And then that has the heavy coal plant once it's in. And yeah, it can go, it could probably go there. What I should have done probably is move those residents up a little bit and put it in like next to it, because we're going to end up we might be able to go up the top actually once that does what it needs to do. But yeah, we're just waiting for those residents to spawn in. That could potentially turn into a block, which is good. Yep, very good, very good. Let's put a factory there, because that biomass dryer is you can't put more than one next to each other. We could probably bridge some of this with factories and whatnot as well. So yeah, it's just another like little industrial island. If we were clever, if I'd have been clever, we could have got a fishing what's name over here. Do you know what? We probably still can. A commercial dock. If I was to, I could go over the top of that and put it there. Yeah, let's do that, because that would just make more sense. There we go, because that's more food. Whoa, we're up to 4,485 food. Wowzers. That is amazing. That is just what we needed. Loving that. Right, that's turned into that power plant, so that means I can delete one of these ones. I'm thinking of deleting this one because we've got this ore stuff and I would like to do more ore stuff here. So I'm going to delete that one, right? Now that might seem weird because we're down to like 1929 again. We ain't really gained much, but we're going to put these biomass dryers in. So we are going to be fine. That's going to give us 800 energy. Can we put this? No, it doesn't quite reach. Of course it doesn't. Oh, that's a pain. I kind of want to put it right next door, but that's going to delete houses, isn't it? I want to put it there. Right, so let's just check that this heavy coal plant, yeah, it does. And then if I check that, it doesn't go anywhere. So that is fine. That is fine. Okay, so that's given us kind of 800 energy, and it's something a little bit new. Essentially, that's like almost like a green energy because it uses recycled goods to produce energy. So that's essentially what you're doing there. It's weird that it has to be next to something that pollutes, though. I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. But that is looking pretty cool over there, isn't it? Let's be really honest. That's looking really cool. But I'd need more residents living on the road, would I? Fair enough. Okay. So yeah, we'll just kind of leave that for now. I don't really feel like we need too much else over here. Maybe we could put like more fishing and stuff on the back of the island at a later date, but for now I'm not going to bother. We got to concentrate on other things. So because food is in such a good place, I really want to work on this, the normal work. That is crazy how good that food is. So they are at a wealthy suburb, but they need tools to go to downtown. What's the matter with that? No police station. So what is that? A self-managed bookshop? Oh, crap. They can't have police stations nearby. Didn't know that. Did not know that. So that's an issue, isn't it? Self-managed bookshop. Okay. Well, I guess we will have to... What's this producing culture-wise? 5. So actually, we could probably delete that out anyway. And it's not going to be a problem. So let's just put a house in there. Right. Susie. Yes. So I feel like these ones need to be downtown just because they look a little out of place, don't they? Need tools and education. Right. Well, there is education there. And I guess we could add a school. But look how many schools you have to add. It's really annoying, like the amount of schools that you have to add, in my opinion. I think that the school should have a bigger radius. But that's just the way the game plays. You know, it's not really built for realism, is it, this game? So, yeah, that's just the way it plays, I think. Yeah, we could probably add it there. And that would reach. And that would be fine. And I think this is a really good time to maybe add some stuff so it looks as though it's part of the school. There we go. That's quite cool. And then if we add a park nearby, that will change. And then we could still get more housing in there if we want. More of this housing. So, oh, there's a tree there. I couldn't see that. I was like, why is that not going in? So yeah, we'll put a bit more of that housing in. So what else do you need? Tools. Right, do you know what then? I'm not going to put, because we seem to have everything else, I'm not going to do what I would usually do and use a supermarket. I'm just going to use a hardware store, and we'll put it there. I think it kind of makes sense to put it there because of kind of the way this is all expanded and whatnot. So yeah, that's a downtown. I can actually go to a 2-story downtown, which is fine. I don't mind that, to be honest. But But yeah, I think because we kind of want this to be a natural, we want it to kind of feel like it naturally kind of turns into something else. So I think all of this like towards the bottom is probably going to be lower sort of downtown, and then it's going to be this road here is basically where the big city's gonna spawn. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. So we will actually put that road in now. And then was that 1, 2, 3, 4? So we'll put that road in as well, and then 1, 2, 3. And there's a space there. Because we were using a particular size for the blocks, weren't we? But I think down here it can change. Yeah, it can change slightly down there, I think. So that's that. So where are we at? We're only at 1198. Happiness has gone down a bit, but I think a lot of that is just because I'm using this housing. Where am I actually at with sport then? 65. My God. You have to put so much sport in to get to that 100, don't you? Like, really, you really do. I've got a football pitch over there, kind of as part of this. But yeah, Jesus. We could probably put a footy pitch and some stuff over here, which I'm going to do. I want to kind of put it all near the school. I think that kind of makes sense. We'll do that then, and we'll put the football pitch there, and we'll put some tennis courts in as well. So we'll do that. Oh, why did it do that? It's annoying when it does that, because it all just feels like it's part of the school, doesn't it? Which I think is pretty cool. Like that. And then we can put a building in. We can put some housing in there. And then we can put some parks in there next to it. So that will upgrade. That needs a police station nearby. So we might have to put another police station in. So this doesn't say anything about police stations, does it? No. So that's good. So we could put a police station in kind of nearby over here. Right, we've got a little bit of space there, so I think we probably put some housing in. Like so. And yep, that can upgrade. That can't because we need the police station. Which isn't a big cost, is it, the police station? Oh, it consumes 10 steel. Oh my God, it is a big cost. Right, well, I would need steel. Do you know what? I wonder if we can put one at the back. What does a steel plant need? Steelworks, logistics and residence. So, it doesn't quite have enough residence. Okay. I love books. There you go, we've just got a new achievement. Let's run that road there. And then, what was I looking at? Steel. If I was to put the steel plant like maybe there, right? So we need some more. We need logistics and we need residents. Now, by putting that road there, I can put some residents in behind that. And then we could probably put another thing up here there to get the logistics in. If I was to put if I'm putting the steel works there, I want to make sure I leave enough room. So yeah, we'll take that road there, and then we will put the logistics in like so, and then that can go there, and then we can put some housing in. Now you've got to remember, gang, right? You don't have to do it like this if you don't want to when you're playing the game. I'm trying to make this look nice as well as, you know, play the way the game kind of wants you to play the game. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind. But yes, that should once it kind of all sorts itself out, should be all right for a steel plant, and hopefully it should be all right for it to upgrade as well. But let's let that kind of sort itself out. What was I doing? I was kind of working on this little sports centre, wasn't I, with the school. So we're up to 79 sport. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put this police station in because we are going to be fine. So I'm going to do that like that because I'm going to do like a little sort of gravelled part. Little gravelled path in front of it. Do you know what? It'll do. It's just... I would rather they matched up, but they just never do match up, do they? No, never. See, that the one it did a minute ago was not that. Alright. See, look. Never ever matches up. Right, let's just try to see if we can get the plain one. Let's see if we can get the plain gravel part. See, never does. Anyway, I'm leaving it. I can't be bothered. I'll just be back and forth with that if I carry on. We'll sort it out at a later date. But there you go. That's that. So 81. My God, we still need another 19. That's insane. It really is insane how much sport is needed. Right. So this actually turned into the art district as well. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So, what's keeping this as a village house? Right, a food service. Righty. Okay, so, I think I'm going to take that road to there. And then we've got this park that's going to come down. And it can run along that road and it can finish there. Right? I can't really do it at the minute because we just don't have the resources. But I'm going to throw these houses in here. And then we're leaving that gap, aren't we? So let's put that there. Now, I am leaving this at the minute just because we've got this little walkway. And I'm considering just like carrying that down as far as I can. Because we need retail for that to work anyway. And for me to bring retail down here, I'm probably going to expand a bit further than I really want to. So, yeah, we might end up probably filling this in with housing, to be fair. I kind of left it just in case we needed like leisure and whatnot. But we do need food. Now, what I was considering a while back was putting in a mall. The thing with it is it minuses the 10 on the connectivity, right? So you kind of need to negate that by putting in probably a subway station nearby. And it's a pain. We don't really have the goods either. We'd need to add in another goods factory. But it uses resources that we've got an abundance of, rather than stuff that we don't. So that's why I was considering doing it, right? And then if we were to put a subway station nearby, yeah, I think we would be alright. I think we would be alright if we did it that way. And then we put bus stop as well. I'm thinking of putting the mall, like, about here. The mall, so 5 radius. So that's the issue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for me to get all of this, I definitely need to get like a shopping down here near this, as well as something up there like the mall. But I do think a mall kind of like around this area might be pretty cool. But we do have this. We actually have this here. So a mall closer to the city might make more sense. Yeah, it provides a 10 food service, 10 tools, and 10 retail. So that's what's cool about it. It gives retail. Which is why these walking paths then become so important nearby. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if I placed it there? What if I placed it there? Yeah, I didn't really want that art district to go any further though. So if that was to go the art district, it's leisure that's holding it back, is it? Is that all that's holding it back? Yeah, it's just leisure that's holding it back. But that would provide leisure, wouldn't it? That's the thing about it. That's the thing about the mall. Oh no, it doesn't provide leisure. Ah, that is interesting. That is interesting. The mall about there might be pretty cool, you know. It might be pretty cool, and then have housing up there. So just get rid of all these houses. And have some more like downtown housing above. Because if we did that there, right, then we can go here. 20 more. 20 retail. Jesus. G. Can we come out this far? One or more. Yeah, we can. Yes, that would need go about there. Okay, let's put that subway station in. And then we'll put a bus stop in as well. Probably going to have to put bus stops that are kind of semi-overlapping here. Put one there. We'll put one there, just so they're in and done. So that should be okay. That should be okay. Connectivity, yeah, 9. So that's fine. That is all right. So what are they lacking? Leisure. Okay, that's all right, because we will just get this lateral park in then. There we go. And that should provide the leisure needed. They could go to a modern. They could go to modern. What's the name? If they wanted to now. That we can get rid of, because that doesn't need to have that car park there now. Right, so these are upgrading downtown. Yes. Goods. Yes, I kind of threw that in and totally forgot that I needed a goods factory, a steel factory, and all that stuff, didn't I? What? Oh, we still need some more logistics. Wow, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, the goods factory, that needs logistics as well, does it? Okay. That is fine, we can do that. So, this has been quite fun today, because I really haven't had to worry about all of that just annoying stuff that I've been worrying about in previous episodes, basically. So that can go there, and that should hopefully be able to go there. I am actually considering just taking out a little bit of that. Yes, there we go. Lovely. They can go in there. So that's our steel, that's our goods. They're looking pretty okay. That, to go to heavy steelworks, needs more logistics. More logistics. Well, there you go. Really know where I get them in, but put that there on the end. But yeah, that can go to a heavy steel works, and when it does go to a heavy steel works, that will give us a lot more production. So that's pretty solid. What's been nice today is I haven't had to worry about food all that much, because we really kind of balanced that out, and we haven't expanded in a crazy manner either, and I think that's been a good thing. But yeah, we definitely need to get some more bus stops in down here. So let's put that one there, and let's put that one there. Right, okay. Because that's just bloody annoying. Do I? I was going to leave that, wasn't I, open for something, but I think the leisure there is going to be enough. Connectivity -1. Really? Even with that? All those bus stops nearby, and it's -1. I guess we can't get a subway station down here, can we? Because I think it's too far. It's too far gone. Oh no, I can get it down here. I can get it there. All right. Well, we'll put it in then. Put it in then. That should be all right. That should have improved that then. Yeah, there we go. Not enough leisure. Alright, well, maybe I'll put the house in there and I'll carry that park on to just give us the leisure, and we'll put a housing in there as well. Let's put that in and put that in, and then I'm going to delete that, and then we're going to carry on the lateral park then. But it just takes up so much. This is the hardest one now to balance out. It really is. So yes. Why would it upgrade to that? Like, you've got enough connectivity. We'd go to a downtown house, surely. How can you have -1 connectivity? It doesn't make sense to me. Do I need that subway station to go along? Like, up that way a bit then? Maybe a bit more like there. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it there instead. Because I don't want these car parks. But that's clearly what the issue is. Right, yeah, there we go. I've sorted it out now. Subway station just needed to be moved along a bit. Which is fine. We've got houses upgrading. What are they upgrading to? That is a pretty cool looking art house, isn't it? That is amazing. Yeah, I really like the art districts. The colours are just so cool. And they just provide so much culture as well. Right, so I know I'm really kind of negating the whole point by putting those in, but I need the leisure. So, yes. Where is that, gang? I need the leisure for that to upgrade to where I want it to be. And, yeah, we're in a pretty good spot, I think. I'm just going to go back over here a minute. Well, they've not grown in yet. Neither has that one. Wonder why that is. But yeah, we've got biomass stockpile. So that's the big thing I need to work on next time, I think. Yes, hopefully when these logistics all start spawning in, that'll go up to a heavy ironworks. That little island looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I think if we could fill that bit in behind, yeah, I don't really feel like we need to do too much more here. And I got the woods as well. It's looking pretty nice. You know what's crazy is, like, I've forgotten about all of this over here because we've been so busy doing other stuff that I just totally forgot about all this. But yeah, we do need to come back here at some point and finish all this off as well, which is crazy. We don't have a lot of room over here to kind of expand, but we've got the universities. Like, we've got a lot of universities now. We've got one over here as well. But yeah, like we've got all this space to kind of fill in. So yeah, it is kind of interesting, to be honest with you, where we're at with this level. I've been doing longer episodes recently because obviously I've not been putting as many out. I've just been trying to get caught up a little bit. But yeah, I really appreciate you kind of sticking with me if you are one of the people that are still watching the series. I really don't know how long there is left in it, gang. You know, like if I get the map up on the screen, you can see we've still got so much map to kind of build on and play with and mess about with. Like, we can go all the way over here, you know, and I was considering doing like a huge city over in this direction as well, but seeing the consumption that is needed for a city this size is pretty crazy, to be honest with you. I feel like, you know, just kind of taking the city potentially up to kind of this area here, and then just doing another big, like, kind of just small suburb and whatnot over in this direction to just try and balance the numbers out a little. I think that's kind of the direction we're probably going to have to go in. I think it's really, really hard to do huge, massive cities in this game because of the way you have to balance the goods out. But I do feel like we're really cooking on gas now. I feel like we've kind of got a handle on this to some extent. I kind of know how I need to balance the food out, but obviously with every kind of area that you build, like we've done today, like a big expansion on the art district and putting in this kind of school unit, trying to get this sport sorted out as well. Hopefully next time we'll potentially get the football stadium in. That'd be great if we could do that, because that's another thing I can tick off that I've never done before. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the series still, my friends. Like, share, subscribe if you're new for more of this and more of the other content on the channel. But until next time, stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see ya real soon.